I'm Alexander. This is Colin. I'm an artist.
I'm a comedian.
Are you famous?
I'm not really.
I saw your thing on YouTube.
Did you laugh?
Yeah?
How many times?
5.
I suppose the friendship thing is probably the thing I was most interested to explore. With Peter, you know, because we weren't very close in love-hate. You tried to kill me a few times, but so I did like the idea of seeing these two guys over the course of a day, when both who have lived lives that to some degree haven't quite manifested themselves the way they wanted them to, and you know, the various things that happen on this day that challenge them, and how they manage that, and how their friendship changes, and the state it's left in by the end of the film. That was the real thing that sort of hooked me in, I have to say.
You know, I agree.
Your hair is doing something kind of funny there. You go.
Friendship. It's a beautiful boat. Yeah. Friendship.
You agree with me?
Yeah. I concur.
He concurs.
And in terms
The
of...
dude abides.
The dude abides.
The dude abides.
In terms of the prep work you did for it, did you both think we'll play this like they're a married couple who are bickering the whole time? These two guys have been together so long.
I know what you mean, actually. I don't think that would come into it in terms of something vocalised. I wouldn't be surprised if that had come up maybe during one of the rehearsals. We did lots of improvisation and stuff, Harry, before the film. We spent about 3 weeks. There was lots of time. For me anyway, I spent a lot of time by myself just learning, going through the scenes, because there's lots of dialogue in it. But like, I suppose the relationship manifests itself to a degree like that because we're so close and we spark quite a lot. And so I can see how that idea of it being like a married couple who are, you know, just at each other's throats to a degree, but also want the best for each other.
Yeah, but isn't, like, I mean, like, close friendships, like, they do boil up, like, you know, you do get to a point where, because you know the person so well, that, like, the small things about them annoy you, you know. So, like,
yeah.
I've got friends who I've been mates with since I was like 4. But, like, there's times when you're just like, listen, mate, I can't deal with you right now. You know what I mean? I've got to just step away. So there is that closeness, and when that closeness is there, there is a bickering. There is the small things will annoy you, like, you know what I mean? Especially if you're living with someone, like, it's someone who just, like, will finish their dinner and put a plate under the couch. Later on,
I've never seen that before.
I've seen it done.
Oh, really?
I've seen it done. So, like, yeah, it is like an element of it's a relationship.
It's the natural dynamic, I suppose.
It's a relationship, like, you know, a relationship with your loved one, like with your partner, is the same thing.
I feel like eggs and orange juice. Beanie coffee.
I'm pregnant.
I certainly thought that he was different to anything I've ever done before. I certainly had a lot of questions for Brendan in regards to his intentions and where he was coming from and the real place in which he was coming from, for me to understand how to play him. But I thought I liked him. I mean, I was saying earlier on, like, I think it's refreshing when there's people out there that just say exactly what they're thinking. And, you know, there's no bullshit, for want of a better phrase.
Yeah, I mean,
because, you know,
a lot of time is wasted.
A lot of time is wasted, and I'm like, you know, everyone wants to be liked. Not everyone. Some people don't care, but you know, people essentially do like to be liked. So for someone who just really doesn't care and says what they feel and says what they see or think, it's kind of refreshing. But it was a different character. Obnoxious is a strong word, but I think he knows what he likes, he knows what he wants, and he says what he believes to be true.
Which is not all that common, and actually I think it's a very appealing characteristic in a person. Can be frustrating if you're around it a lot. Yeah. Because anyone would, people, when you meet those kinds of people in real life, it's a challenging character to be around. I just feel like things are beginning to turn for me.
Cometh or cometh somewhere.
I love you.
Are you stoned or something?
I mean, Colin ultimately is a guy who's extremely talented and would have a great potential, but he demands more self-belief, you know. But actually what's interesting about him, though, is that he still does these, he still has enough doing to keep him in the game to some degree. Like he does the audition at the comedy club, and then obviously the conclusions he comes to by the end of the film. You know, because I think some people can live so much in fear of these things that they never quite attempt them even. Whereas Colleen luckily he's got enough there to try and do something, so he doesn't get completely lost.
You said there about luck. It's funny because when I was watching it, I thought of that phrase like talent is luck. You know that. You know, sometimes
hard work, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Or that it's luck.
Oh,
that
so,
you just happen to be right place, right time. Is that something that resonates with both of you?
Yeah, I suppose ultimately, yeah, to a certain degree. You do have to be in the right place at a time. But like you say, like what Killian just said, you have to put yourself out there to get into that place. You know, it's not going to happen.
Talent is a very mysterious idea. I mean, I think...
You think of good footballers, like, a lot of them have incredible talent, but never reach the heights that they should. Whereas you have someone like Roy Keane, who worked at the simple things of passing, taking, tackling, and the drive to win which made him become one of the best midfielders ever.
And I think it's very difficult to identify someone who's really successful who isn't also extremely hardworking, you know. And so I think talent can be a very dangerous idea, because I think it sort of makes people forget about all the other things that they need to do. And certainly with acting, like, I mean, I've just had some extraordinarily weird experiences of just fortune, like just being like right place, right time kind of scenario. But it is all fundamentally based on you gotta create these scenarios, and you create them by working over years and committing to it. And certainly as an actor, you have to just sometimes be fortunate, because there's so many actors I know who are extremely talented who haven't had any of the opportunities that some of the opportunities that I would have had. And it's nothing to do with me being more talented or hardworking than they are. It's just a freakish occurrence.
With members of the public, when you were doing the night shoots, did you get interrupted a lot?
No,
wasn't too bad actually.
You're actually great. It was really good. Like, I remember we were out in Smithfield, outside the generator hostel. It was actually pretty funny. A friend of mine was working in there at the time, and he just kind of saw me, and he was like, I was in the middle of a scene. There was like set up here today, cameras, sound, everything, continuity, people checking it out, and Mick ready.
Oh yeah.
And he come up and he's like, Peter, how's it going? How's your dad? How are things? Great. I mean, listen, are you going? Are you coming in? Or like, I was just like, he's like, Jesus, I'll be off. But no, apart from that, no, people were cool.
All the apparatus of a film set is completely oblivious.
Totally. But no, people were good. People were really good.
You'd have some people who looked a bit scared because they thought we were shooting Love Hate, and they were like, "What's happened to Tommy and Fran?" But it seemed,
what has happened to Tommy and Fran?
The two lads.
That's the question.
Overall it was totally fine.
It's time to tell them about the spin-off.
The spin-off. Tommy and Fran go interrailing.
Yeah.
Something we're working on the side. Stuart Carlin doesn't know about.
No,
it.
it's just our little
Probably
project.
should tell him about that actually.
We head to Slovenia pretty soon.
You've pitched it.
It's happening.
It's a lot.
It's on RT now. It's happening.
Ljubljana is the first stop. Travel down the coast, Croatia. Get a ferry to Italy. It's
Gorgeous.
I look forward to seeing you in the shorts and
I look forward to.
I've got good legs.
Powerful legs.
Very powerful.
just in real life with your friendship. Who bosses who around the most, and who gives who the most grief?
The Chinaman is not the issue here. The other Jeff Lebowski, the millionaire. But there's none of that. It was a value drug.
It was a value drug. Really held the room together.
I think it did. No. Who bosses? There's none of that.
I don't know.
We don't see each other enough to be
Yeah.
bossing each other.
Yeah.
We have a good relationship.
I think so.
As friends go, yeah.
It's very
supportive.
Very supportive. Yeah.
Nurturing.
Nurturing.
Yeah.
Caring. Tender.
You rub around, dab a bit in your neck. Apparently it's like nectar to them. Musty.
That is disgusting.
There isn't a doubt you can let more in by letting